Well, Dave, with Ryan Pepiot on the mound today, we've seen just how impressive he's been in his last 2 outings. But what are you hoping to continue to see from him, especially as you want to kind of put him in or if you're hoping to have him in the conversation as it gets closer to October?
For Ryan, it's been good since we've seen him, since he's been healthy. I think just more of being on the attack with his fastball, slider, change-up mix, and I don't know if these guys have seen him. They saw him a couple years ago in Arizona, so there's some familiarity there. But I think with Ryan, just go out there and pitch counts up there, and for us, having Yarbrough behind him at some point, I think is sort of the plan, and we've got essentially everyone available out of the pen to win a game. But yeah, I think for Ryan, just go out there and continue to fill up the strike zone.
How valuable have his results been, just considering the news of Gonsolin being down and kind of what he can add to this rotation, or even as an arm out of the bullpen right now?
Yeah, I think it's good that we've run the play out as far as opening for him, coming out of the pen, starting. Certainly losing Tony, having some depth on the starting pitching side, some innings to cover if need be, is certainly important. Today he's going to start, and that could change, but as long as he keeps pitching well, there's going to be opportunities.
What's the biggest difference with him this year than last year?
I think the biggest difference partly is, for me, it's experience. I think the game slowed down, and with that, there's more conviction in the strike zone. I think a lot of young players miss arm side a lot, and that last bit of finishing in the strike zone is tough to have consistent confidence in doing. And right now, he's in a good spot.
Why are your young pitchers more able to adapt to being a starter or coming in after an opener?
I think a lot of it, obviously, player development does a great job. I think us kind of being honest with these guys about how valuable versatility is, and what you might do in the minors is something you might not do when you get up here. So to get into different situations is only beneficial. And I think once they get here, I think our pitching guys do a fantastic job of preparing them. But I think just the openness and willingness for these guys in understanding of what we're trying to do.
How have they been able to stay on their 5-day routine no matter what role it is? Because obviously you're maneuvering and maximizing your roster.
Well, I think some of it, a lot of it, has to do with where we put ourselves in the standings. And so it just gives us more of the freedom to stay steadfast on making sure guys pitch, to keep them stretched out, and not kind of pivot from that in a particular game, which would change the kind of the calculus or the usage. I think we've done a really consistent job with Yarbrough, and also those other guys that come in and fill in to spot start.
Dave, what are Yarbrough's limits? Are there limits? What's realistic as far as how much you can do within a 6 or 7 game period?
That's a good question. I think that with the 6-day, I would say it's more easy to assess because it's going to be 55 to 70 pitches. So I think that it's once every 6 days, but that 7th day, if there happens to be a 40-pitch outing, then you could potentially entertain 3 days rest. But I think that right now we just feel good with trying to get them up into 55 to 70-ish range.
What's the plan with J.D. Martinez going forward?
J.D. is going to take swings today. Tomorrow he's going to hit on the field with the guys, and then I think it's he's going to do a 2-day rehab with the OKC team, and then if that goes well, he's expected to join us in DC.
Yeah, he has had no issues with that since, but he hasn't pushed it enough.
Correct.
Joe Kelly's been here. How do you expect him to maybe join you guys on the road trip?
Joe's got another lethal pen yesterday, which went well. He's got another pen on Friday, and then I think our expectation is probably Tuesday he'll do a simulated game, something like that. So we'll see where it goes. But everything I've heard has been really good.
You would say there's a chance he comes back at not 100%. How did the bullpen go yesterday in terms of just how he was feeling?
Bullpen went well. He's still not 100%, but he came out of it today feeling good. So I think Friday he'll use his entire pitch mix, and I think at that point in time we'll know more how aggressive to pitch him or to use him. Yeah.
Will Tuesday's sim game be with the team in Miami, or is he going to stay back or go to Arizona?
That is to be determined.
And Shelby Miller will be ready soon.
Shelby, Shelby is actually. He made his last appearance already in OKC. The plan is for him to be here. He's en route. Shelby is en route, and we haven't decided on when the activation is, but he is en route. He'll be here. He should be landing tonight.
Checked all the boxes, ready to go.
Is it possibly he's just one of those guys when rosters expand Friday?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. What plays out today, but he'll be in Los Angeles this evening.
Fast forward a little bit, what does a 4-game series against the Braves mean at this point in the year?
I think for obviously I think 4 games right now separates us as far as the 1 versus 2 in the National League. So that has value certainly. And the other part, I think most importantly, is just gathering information. I mean, I think we know each other pretty well, but we haven't seen them in a while, and we're going to get to see their guys, and so it'll be a good test for all of us.
How aggressively do you feel like you guys are going to push to that 1 seed in terms of decision making down the stretch, and how much that is versus obviously waiting, getting to October healthy?
I think that the main thing is getting to and through October healthy. I think we do a good job, like I've said many times over, is just kind of focusing on the day, and we're going to try to win as many games as we can, and we'll see how it plays out.
And if you come out of this series and that 4 games is, say, 1 or 2, does that change the decision making going forward?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think that it'll play out the way it's supposed to, but I think that us getting into the postseason, getting healthy, that trumps everything. So I don't think that'll change kind of how we manage usage or playing time.
You got a starting rotation plan for these 4?
Lance is going to go Thursday. Julio will go Friday. Saturday we're going to leave open, and Bobby is going to pitch on Sunday.